Hi friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first makeup tutorial using Limelight by Alcone. So I am an educator with Limelight by Alcone. I've been in the business for about a year now. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually show you all just the foundation, and the formulation in this is incredible. So for those of you who took my color match quiz, every time I go live on Facebook, I always do a little color quiz at the bottom of my lives where you will be sent a questionnaire, answer the 4 questions, 5 questions, I think, and then I will personally reach out to you via email after I see your results. So, and I will color match you with your Perfect Complexion palette, this is one of our #1 bestsellers. You save $8 when you get this. So once you take that little quiz on Facebook, I will go ahead and color match you to your foundation, concealers, HD powders, and all of the things that you're gonna need and love to have and achieve a flawless face. So of course, freshly out of the shower, my hair is slightly wet, a little bit damp. I'm gonna go ahead and prep the skin. Prepping the skin is a must for applying any kind of foundation, but for this formulation specifically, this is a cream wax-based foundation, so it is going to sit ever so nice and smoothly on top of your skin. So let's get started with that. As I'm prepping my skin, I'm going to be using a couple of things to make a little concoction. Definitely I'm going to incorporate, now that it's summer, this is our perfect sunscreen. So it's SPF 30. It has 19% zinc oxide in there. It protects you from all of the sun. So it does leave a little bit of a white film on there. That's because it's protecting your skin at its finest, at its best. So I like to mix a little bit of Due Date facial oil, which is Palmarosa and sunflower. It's really good for hydration. It's good for redness, inflammation. I do have kind of acne prone skin, but then I do have dry every once in a while, combination, and then oily in the summer. So do not be scared of oils, ladies and gentlemen. Do not be afraid of oils. Oil actually combats the oil and helping not overproduce oils in your skin. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use our champagne glow drops. Actually, now that my face is a little bit tan from the summer, I'm going to actually use our bronze glow drops, which I have a little tiny bit left. These are our little mini sample sizes that we did in our holiday collection for Christmas, but we do have them in full size, which is this bottle right here. And it, I believe, is $32, $36, something like that for this. So let's get started. 1 pump's all you're gonna need, maybe 2. And it comes like this. It is lavender scented. It is completely plant-based. It's cruelty-free, vegan, Leaping Bunny certified. So we're gonna do that with a little bit of facial oil. I'm running low on mine. So we'll put a little squirt in there and then top it off with the glow drops. And I'm gonna do 2 pumps of that. And you'll see my concoction right here. So this is the 3 things that I'm going to use to prep my skin before I'm applying foundation. And you can use your hands, ladies. You can use a brush, you can use a sponge, whichever you prefer to use. But I love to use my fingers mainly for a lot of things, just because it helps spread the product evenly, and also the warm temperature of your skin is going to warm up the temperature of the wax-based foundation and make it really easy and flawless to apply and so blendable. And as you can see, me using the bronze glow drops and the Due Date facial oil, you no longer are seeing a white residue. So I always recommend for all of my customers and all of my clients that if you do get the sunscreen, definitely get a facial oil or get your glow drops, and then you're basically set. It's like a tinted moisturizer, and you're protected from the sun, and it gives you a little bit of glow, and your skin's gonna love you. So we are all set. I'm gonna pat this in. Now, a fun fact about the sunscreen, y'all, it's like a 4-in-1. So not only is it a sunscreen, #1, it is a moisturizer, it is a primer for makeup, which is perfect, and it has anti-aging ingredients in here. So it's an anti-aging moisturizer that primes excellent before makeup, and it protects you from the sun. This is a must-have. You need to have this 24/7. This is definitely my number one product. I never really used the sunscreen last summer for it, but I am all for it. I've been using it so far all of spring, and I love it. Now, I could just go to the pool like this. My skin has a nice, perfect, beautiful glow to it. I can add our waterproof concealers on top. You can go in the water and go swimming and your makeup's not going to rub off. It's not going to wash off in the water. It's going to stick and stay. But just look at this gorgeous glow I got going on here. Don't pay attention to these two. I actually am a horrible picker when it comes to acne coming to the surface. I just have to pick. That's just my problem. But after I get rid of the infection, I go ahead and top it immediately with amazing skincare to help zap those zitties away. So if this is the first time you are following me, my name is Laura. I am an educator with Line Life by Alcone. Before I started this business, my skin was not this glowy, was not this youthful. It was dull. It was cracked. I looked like I was 40 years old, and I'm approaching 40 now. Well, not really, I'm 36. But, you know, it's just take care of your skin, ladies and gentlemen. I was horrible with tanning. Horrible at tanning. I was in the tanning bed like it was my job, and I regret it. But now I'm taking care of my skin, and I'm aging backwards. So definitely skincare is a must, especially with ours. It's all natural, it's plant-based, it's vegan, cruelty-free, Leaping Bunny certified, all the things that your skin needs. No artificial ingredients, no fragrances, none of that stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and dive in. I like to use so many different things. You can either use, of course, your finger to apply. You're gonna warm up the product because it is a wax-based. You can go ahead and warm the product up as well with the 17 diffuser brush. This actually just makes the application really like 5 seconds. So you can go ahead and use one of these brushes. This is the number 17 diffuser brush. I also like to use a really soft bristle brush. This one here is our number 16. This actually is a great contour brush. So this one is a multi-use brush. You can use it for your foundations. You can use it for your powders. Absolutely love that brush. And then as we get into the contouring of the face, I like to use diffuser brush number 5, which is exactly the same as the 17, but smaller. And you can see the bristles here. This one is going to give you more of a full coverage. This one is going to give you like a light to medium coverage. So as you can see, more of how less dense it is, the lighter the coverage, more dense, the more coverage. And then of course you can always use a sponge. So you can use a damp blenderful sponge. You can choose whichever you'd like. I kind of have just been going back and forth with different products, and they really are just, they're phenomenal. So you can go ahead and take your sponge and you can just twist it in here and apply on your face. I'm going to be using the Perfect Complexion palette, which is all 3 of these. This is what's going to cover my face. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and actually go with my priming spray. So even though I have a primer on, this is my primer. This magic guy right here, this is actually going to separate the layers from the awesome skincare that's on the first layer of my skin. This is going to create a nice cooling barrier for when I apply the makeup. So it's not going to, you know, blend together. It's going to be a nice barrier between the 2 products. And then of course you have to spray on top with setting spray to just lock everything in and let it sit there for up to 16 hours. And it's going to look just as wonderful as you put it on, when you take it off, when you put it on. So you got to let that dry. Make sure it's dry before you apply your product on there. So back to this little guy right here. Foundations, 50% pigmented. Now, if you're going to the store, if you're getting a liquid foundation from CoverGirl, Maybelline, you know, the higher end stores, if you're going to Ulta or Sephora and you're getting NARS and Kylie Jenner and things like that, they are anywhere from 18 to 23% pigment. So you're going to be using a lot of product to receive that full coverage. Little is more with these products. So 50%, you only need a little bit. It's going to cover everything. And this is going to last you at least 7 months, depending on how often you're wearing makeup. That's with the 50% pigmented here. And these are plant-based waxes. Come over here to the concealers. They are 60%. So that is huge. 60% coverage. It's made with dry from beeswax. It's going to be just a beautiful canvas when you have all three of these together. So I'm doing a cream contour, a cream highlight, and a cream foundation, and it's going to make your skin absolutely flawless. It's going to be blurring. It's going to minimize those pores. This makeup here has been around for decades, you guys, decades. 1952, Line Life by Alcone was only out to professional makeup artists, to all of those in Broadway shows, everyone on camera and TV. This makeup is meant for that. So this lighting that I have going on here, really just the way this makeup looks is flawless. It is phenomenal. So I'm here to show you all of the goods. All right, so I'm going to go in and take this number 17 brush. I'm going to kind of swivel around just a little bit of the product and lightly just go over my skin. And you can see it's basically like I'm painting the foundation on my skin. And as I'm doing this, the brush is doing the work for me. I'm not really putting much pressure on there. I'm kind of just blotting and dabbing to go lightly over top the skin. Now with liquid foundations, it's actually going to kind of seep, and over time it's going to oxidize. This will not oxidize. It does not seep into the fine lines and wrinkles in the pores of your skin like a liquid would. So I'm just doing half of my face for right now, just so that y'all can see on video what the magic of this foundation really does. So just look how pretty that is. It is completely just gorgeous. It hides the redness, it hides the acne, it hides everything. And it's the best thing about it is that it feels and looks like skin. It's not heavy. It's not cakey at all whatsoever. So the formulation was made by the RCMA, which is the Research Council of Makeup Artists. They made the formulation to where it's to look and mimic skin, which has been achieved. They have done that. I'm going to go ahead and just lightly swirl and disperse the product everywhere. Kind of just cover everything up. And then I'm going to go over top with some concealer. I should have actually done a little bit of concealer underneath my skin. This one here is concealer 0 for brightening, so that's highlighting under the eyes, and 6 is going to be for a face contour. But I'm actually going to go in with concealer 1, which has a little bit of a green tone to it. That's actually going to calm down redness. So if you have any kind of redness going on underneath of your eyes, or if you have problem skin with acne, this right here will cover up the redness in a cinch. I'm going to go right back over top of it though with the foundation. Just want to hide a little. And like I like to use my finger because my finger is warm. It helps evenly spread and blend the product. And I've had these concealers forever. So they are going to last you a heck of a long time because you need the littlest, tiniest bit of concealer. And a really fun fact about the concealers is that they were made for the burn victims out in Germany many years ago. So that way it would look and mimic skin, and it's also waterproof and sweatproof. So that is a pretty cool fact about the concealers. So I'm just gonna go right just over top of it, just so that it's not so yellow. So it's not so red. But I'm just pressing it on. Now I'm just showing you the power of the Perfect Complexion palette. Once you do take my color match quiz, I will recommend HD powders for you. I will recommend definitely a translucent powder. Also getting the priming and setting sprays. They are a must. And at the very end of this video, I'll go in depth a little bit more about the priming and setting sprays. But you see how this completely just hid my redness? I am like full of redness here from being out in the sun, but having the perfect coverage in foundation, you don't see that on my skin. It's all one even tone, one complexion. And we now have 34 shades. We used to have 22 and now we have 34. But when we first started out in 1952, we only had 11 makeup products, 6 concealers, 12 foundations, I think. So we've come a long way, and I'm so excited and so proud to be an educator for Line Life by Alcone. All right, so we've got the foundation on there. We have a little bit of the concealer one for just covering up some of my redness. Now I'm gonna take a brush, which is gonna be my number 4 brush, or you can use the diffuser number 5 for your concealers. So I'm gonna go ahead and dip into it because you barely need any, friends, okay? And you will see the brightening. You see that brightness? It's not liquid. When it's a wax, it's so much easier to blend, and it's so much easier and lighter, and you can't even tell that you're wearing concealers. Now I do have a palette, a 4-well concealer palette, that if I wanted to, I can go ahead in the summertime and wear a concealer all over as my skin color. And I can wear that to the pool, I can wear that to the beach, I can get into the water and it's not going to move. So I'm just taking this. This is my favorite brush, number 4. This gives you the full coverage because of all the bristles that are finely. So this is a vegan synthetic bristle brush. These are professional brushes, by the way. Same manufacturer as Gucci. So, and these concealers also act as a primer. So it's going to set your eyes for a much easier and beautiful blend of eyeshadows. But you see how it just like covered up my dark circles under my eyes. It literally looked like an instant eye lift. So that is concealer 0, one of my favorites, but I do like concealer 2 and 3 and 4. I like them. I love them all. So I went in and I just blended down here to kind of just open up my eye a little bit, make it a little bit bright because I do like a bright under eye. Now I'm going to go in with my number 5, kind of lightly go in with this cream concealer and just, I'm going to do a cream contour. I don't really have that much of a large forehead, but I do want to put a little bit of definition and dimension into my face. So it may look scary, like, holy bananas, what are you doing putting a cream contour on your face? It blends so nicely, you guys, I'm telling you. And if you put a little bit of concealer underneath your bottom lip, it gives you that full pouty lip look. And then you can just take it and just blend it upwards like so. I'm not gonna need any more product, so basically just working around in circles and letting the brush, and since my skin is nice and warm and I have oils and all of the things on the bottom, it just really blended so easily. I might bring some extra product down on the jawline here. And you see how you just create this like really gorgeous dimension. You've got some tan. Bring this out a little like that. And then this is just the number 4 brush to also just blend in really easily as well. And look how gorgeous and sun-kissed that looks. I am obsessed with this. I am here for it. So now that I have all of my cream and waxed contour and foundation on, I'm gonna go ahead and actually like HD and amplify it up even more and a lot more fine. So that's where our HD powders come into place, which by the way, I will match you to your perfect HD powder as well. They can come individually, they can come in a duo palette. I use these two the most, obviously. This one here is clearly going to be my contour color. These will last you like 2 years. It took 2 years to formulate the perfect pressed powder that's not too cakey, that's not too heavy, that's not too drying. These are finely milled. I am loving. You can wear these alone, you can wear it on top of your makeup, whatever. I'm telling you, this is a game changer right here. So I'm just gonna go underneath my eyes just a little bit because I like the brightener. I'm using brush number 1. Just gonna do a little bit underneath my eyes, and I'm gonna set the powder, stippling right here. It kind of just mattifies and doesn't make your skin look so dewy, but you can just look at the difference. It's already completely lifted my under eye. I love this one. This is number 1, Sunny Day. This is the lightest one that we have, and I just like to put it in the areas where I did highlight and kind of just set it here. And then I'm going to go all over with number 4 right here. This is Warm Beige. I'm going to stipple this color all over to just set everything. And notice that I'm not, I'm not swiping. I'm stippling. So it's amping up the foundation just a notch. And then lastly, I'm gonna finish my contour and just kind of pack that in with a little tiny bit of number 8. As you can see, so much pigment, so a little goes a long way with these products. You don't need much at all, and they will last you ages. And the shelf life for these products are mostly 2 to 3 years. So you're really getting the most bang for your buck and investing in some really good products. And that's all she wrote, fellas, ladies, gentlemen. That is the perfect complexion palette. And if you wanted to complete the look, you can always do some mascara. I might actually do the setting powder. It's around here somewhere, I think. So many of these beauties. So this is our translucent powder. I'm just gonna use a little bit on the lids of my eye because I did put the contour or just to set that there as well. So this video is just going to be showing you how to apply the foundation and the concealers. Everything cream, wax base is sitting directly on my skin. You want to finish the look with the setting spray. Give it a little shake. This is what's going to bring all of these powders back down to skin-like appearance and feel and texture and look, and just lock everything into the way that you see it. Let it dry, of course, before applying a mask or anything else on your skin. But a really fun and cool fact about these, I never used priming and setting sprays, ever. I thought it was just an extra step. I thought it was just extra money that people were trying to sell me into, but no ma'am. These are a powerful duo, and I will recommend these to anybody that gets the Line Life by Alcone foundation, because Skindinavia is one of our skincare, that we align with. So they are amazing, and they came up with a formulation, and there's a US patent on these guys right here too, so no other company can replicate the ingredients and what it does for your skin. So the first thing is going to be your first base priming spray. This here is going to separate your skincare on the first layer of your skin. You're going to spray this guy right over top of it. Make sure that it dries before you put your makeup on. Go ahead and do your makeup like we just did together, and then you're going to go ahead and set it with your setting spray. Now you have created a cooling web on your skin. Our skin is 90 degrees, and as the summer's approaching, your skin's gonna get warm. It's gonna be a lot warmer, and a lot of times if you're wearing makeup, your skin will start to melt your makeup off your face. But not with these. This is a thermal technology built in here. So as your skin is warming up, there's little tiny micro beads in here that are going to burst and cool down your skin. So it's going to make your makeup last all day, all night, up to 16 hours of wear. So this is a ride or die. This is one of my absolute favorite products that I will never stop bragging about, because this is what makes my skin look perfect from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. You will never go back to a regular priming and setting sprays. Also, these are water-based. They are not silicone. If you do have a silicone-based, like Urban Decay, which is very expensive, this one's an all-nighter, this has silicone in it. So the silicone, it actually doesn't work well at all with the cream wax-based foundation. It will actually melt the makeup right off. So water-based, priming and setting is going to be your best friend. Excuse me. So I hope y'all like the look. This is just for the foundations. This is for all of my ladies that have taken this color quiz on my Facebook, and then I'm taking you right to the video on how to apply everything. So if you're brand new, my name is Laura. I am an educator from Line Life by Alcone, and I swear by this foundation. I will never go back to a stick foundation. I will never go back to a liquid foundation, because my pores are finally, they are blurred out. My skin looks like an Instagram filter, and I get so many compliments on how great my skin looks in this makeup. So I'm definitely representing this lovely brand right here. So if y'all have any questions, please shoot me a message. Feel free. I hope you enjoyed this look. There will be more tutorials to come.